most importantly, I brought my Bible. Okay? And, you know, it's First Presbyterian Church, Jamaica, and this was written by my mother with my name, it's a long time ago, with my name, with my address, with everything. In case I lost it, somebody would return it. You know, in the old days, if you lost something, they returned it. Today, a little bit less so. But I saw this, and I said, I have to bring it and just show it, because it brings back so many memories.
Before the presidency. Before the gold-plated penthouses and roaring campaign rallies, Donald J. Trump was already a man of influence. A real estate titan. A brand. A personality. And along the way, he didn't just write about success, power, and winning, he absorbed it. From the pages of history, philosophy, and bare-knuckle strategy. Critics love to mock his intellect, his words, his style. But whether he's read every page or not, one thing is undeniable: for decades, Trump has publicly praised, quoted, and weaponized books. Some are ancient. Some are explosive. All of them reveal something deeper about how he sees power, persuasion, and the world itself. This is the story of Donald Trump's bookshelf. Not just a list of titles, but a psychological blueprint. He often says, "The Bible is my favorite book." And the second? The Art of the Deal. Let's start there.
All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven.
The two holy books. Trump's reverence for the Bible isn't about theology, it's about image. Identity. Raised in the First Presbyterian Church of Jamaica, Queens, his family sat in pews under the sermons of Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, author of The Power of Positive Thinking. Peale's Christianity wasn't fire and brimstone, it was confidence. Self-affirmation. A gospel of winning. And it left a mark. Trump quotes scripture, not for reflection, but as a battle plan. An eye for an eye from Exodus. Proverbs for its ruthless, business-like wisdom. To his supporters, the Bible isn't just a book, it's a badge. A symbol of strength, order, defiance. And then, there's his other gospel. Trump's memoir, his manifesto, his myth, packaged as a business manual. The Art of the Deal. Think big. Fight back. Use leverage. It's Machiavelli meets Madison Avenue. A playbook that transformed him from a New York developer into a household name. He once called it the second greatest book of all time.
I joke, very much so. They always hold up The Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time.
But these are just the beginning. Because the books Trump recommends tell us more about him than he might realize. The Power Playbooks. Donald Trump doesn't read for pleasure. He reads for power. His bookshelf tilts toward strategy, military tactics, psychological warfare, the raw mechanics of domination. And 3 books, above all, have shaped his approach to winning. First, Sun Tzu's The Art of War. An ancient Chinese treatise on deception, positioning, and crushing your enemies. Trump has name-dropped Sun Tzu for decades. In Trump 101, he urges readers to study its lessons. Quotes like, "All warfare is based on deception. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak." Sound familiar? It's the blueprint for Trump's media playbook, his political jiu-jitsu. Then, Machiavelli's The Prince. The ultimate manual for rulers who care more about winning than virtue. Trump once wrote that it should be required reading for leaders. And one line, above all, echoes in his career. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. For Trump, dominance is diplomacy. Strength is strategy. Compromise? That's for losers. And finally, the book that wired his mind. Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking. Believe in yourself. Picture success. Never doubt, never apologize. This wasn't just advice, it was gospel. Trump absorbed it like doctrine. Even his critics admit, no one practices Peale's brand of relentless self-affirmation like he does. Now let's look at his own reading list. In 2007, Trump laid out his personal reading list in Trump 101. And the titles might surprise you. Einstein's Ideas and Opinions, a nod to intellectual grandeur. Emerson's Essays and Lectures, Transcendental Self-Reliance, distilled. And The Last Lion, a biography of Winston Churchill, the defiant bulldog of history. Trump sees himself in Churchill, the lone voice, the unbreakable will. These books aren't just recommendations. They're projections, proof that Trump isn't just rich or famous, but deeply informed. Or at least, that's the story he once told. Do you know there is a powerful psychology behind the Trump's bookshelf? For patterns emerge when we look at Trump's book choices. 1. Strategy and Control. Sun Tzu. Machiavelli. The game is always on. 2. Self-belief as armor. Peale. Emerson. Never show doubt, never look back. 3. Books as branding. Every recommendation is a mirror, reflecting his power. And 4. Books as loyalty tests. Praise the right ones, and you're in. Ignore them, and you're erased. Trump's bookshelf isn't about literature. It's about identity. He reads not to learn, but to confirm. He recommends not to enlighten, but to dominate. You may love him. You may loathe him. But you can't ignore him. Because behind the rallies, the tweets, the headlines, there's a man who built an empire and a presidency on ideas. Ideas taken from books. And maybe, just maybe, that's the deal worth understanding
Each of
most.
you has the power to change hearts, transform lives, and shape your country's destinies.